Let us take up the Vedantic statement, Tat Tvam Asi, that thou art. This is the statement which has to be realized by all, which is there for realization. The realization of that thou art or I am Brahman is the peak of spiritual evolution, is the ultimate realization which anybody can have. Now, this realization is not objective realization. Like, for example, I see this as a paper cup. It's objective in nature. The realization of Brahman is subjective in nature. It's not objective in nature. It is not about any object seen, heard, touched, or felt through sense organs. It is the subject. It is about me. It is about I. It is about you. Then you ask question, I know myself, right? Everybody knows their own self. Okay. Everybody knows their own self. Means they may have different views about their self, but they know their self. So, for example, you know yourself as woman. I know myself as man. Okay. I know myself as happy or unhappy. The self which we know is a subjective viewpoint of different people. Each person views the self. Somebody says, I am a depressed person. I am a successful person. I am a joyful person. A lot of attributes are given to the self. Okay. Lot of qualifications are given to the self, depending on the subjective nature or subjective experience or spiritual evolution of the person. The self is given by various names, various qualities. Okay. So there's nobody who does not know the self. Then what is the point of self-realization? The point of self-realization is that everybody knows the self, but their understanding of the self is not correct. The understanding of self is incorrect. The real self of everybody is supreme reality. The absolute reality is the real self of everybody. To know that absolute reality, the teaching of Vedanta, Shravana, Manana, Nididhyasa is to follow. What we see is an external reality. Let us take the example of a coconut. There is coconut. So there is a what you call as the coir, which is the outermost core. What you call this? What is this? This you call as coconut, right? So similarly, when I refer to myself, I'll say I am body. The body is like a outer shell, husk, the coir. Now you remove the body, remove the outer shell. Then what you call this? There's a hard shell here. So this also you call coconut. So that when the outer covering of human body is removed, the mind is there. Then you say I myself. Then you remove this also. Then what is there? This is the coconut, real coconut, the kernel, right? So similarly, when you go deep inside us, deep into our consciousness, the deepest level of our consciousness is the real self. Okay, it is masked and covered by our wrong or erroneous understanding. The deepest level of our consciousness is the real self, which is supreme consciousness. At the deepest level, we are one with the supreme reality. Okay. So for removing, the scriptures are there to remove the wrong understanding of what you have about yourself. Okay. So Tattvamasi means, Tvam means Jiva. Tat means Brahman. Okay. When you say Brahman, what is the meaning of Brahman? Brahat means infinite. One who is infinite. So I am Jiva, which is finite. Brahman is infinite. See, this world is infinite. The stars, planets, galaxies. The one who rules this world, okay, creates this world, sustains this world, and destroys this world, is Brahman, this infinite world. Then you'll ask a question, how can I be so? I'm such a small being. Okay? And Brahman or God, supreme reality, is such an infinite being. How can there be similarity between a finite being like me and infinite being like Brahman? So how Tat and Tvam can be same? Okay. So this is the question. Tat or Tvam, how can be same? They are same at the innermost level of reality. So what you see as Brahman or the supreme reality, consisting of the five elements: space, earth, water, fire, wind, five elements, the stars, planets, and galaxies, which is infinity. Okay, and ruler of that, or the Lord, or the Ishvara, one who is ruling all this, we call as Brahman. These are the outer coverings superimposed on Brahman, like the kernel is superimposed by shell. Shell is superimposed by a coil. The deepest level is kernel. So the Brahman, what we call as God, supreme reality, is superimposed by the creation. Okay. Whereas the individual myself is superimposed by the body mind complex. Body mind and intellect complex. There's a superimposition. Now, if you remove the superimposition, then what is there deep inside is same. Understand? So Tat and Tam, you should not take literally as literally. Then you are equating the finite and infinite. The finite and infinite are not the same. The finite and infinite are the same at the deepest level of their being, core. Right? So you have to know how to go to the deepest level, for which you have to discard the superimpositions. What are the superimpositions? The body, mind, intellect. These superimpositions, if you remove, you reach the deepest core. Similarly, God or Brahman, the superimposition of the space, earth, fire, water element, all these superimpositions if you remove, you will reach the deepest core, which is the supreme reality. And that supreme reality and myself, my deepest core, are one and the same. That's the meaning of that. That's the meaning of Aham Brahmasmi. Okay. Now, when you say Tum, it refers to me. When you say Tat, it refers to God or Brahman, who is infinite. Right? If you take the literal meaning of that, both are very superficial. The infinite cannot be same as finite. So even Tat means that, and Tam, you have to take a deeper meaning. Okay, the deeper meaning of Tat and Tam, okay, is different from Tat and Tam. You understand? Tat and Tam refers to superimposition. Okay, the deepest meaning of Tat and Tam is different from the superimposition. Remove the superimposition, then what remains is Tat and Twam. Right? Like the superimposition called coil is removed, superimposition called shell is removed, then what is there is the real coconut. Similarly, you have to go remove the superimposition on the Brahman, and you have to remove the superimposition on Jiva. Then what is there is the supreme reality. So that is the one. You understand? Otherwise, you say, oh, the God is infinite, I am finite, I am Tam, God is Tat. That Tat and Tam, how can it be same? So don't get stuck by the superimposition or external reality. Go deeper and deeper and deeper. At the deepest level, there is supreme reality. Okay? Whose nature is pure awareness, pradna, pradnanam. Okay? So you have to reach that state, you have to reach, you have to understand that you are that pradnanam. Same way, tat or Brahman is also that pradnanam, that supreme reality. You have to reach the supreme reality by going subjectively deep inside. Are you clear? This is the meaning of Tattvamasi. Now, the superimposition on Brahman, the space, earth, water element, all those things. With that superimposition, we call Brahman as God. Okay. Now, Brahman has to be understood through scriptures. The superimposition on Brahman is called Maya. Okay. The superimposition on individual is called Avidya, ignorance. The superimposition on Brahman is called Maya. The superimposition on individual is called Avidya, ignorance. Okay. So Brahman is to be understood through scriptures. This individual has to be understood through intellect. You understand? Intellect is the tool for you to understand yourself. Right? Okay? The intellect is the tool given by the supreme reality to you to understand yourself. How the intellect will understand yourself? Through Viveka and Vairagya. By the process of neti, discarding what is not there, the superimposition, discarding the superimposition, you have to read the supreme. Individual has to be understood through intellect. The Brahman has to be understood through scriptures, because you can't understand Brahman. Then the equation has to be satisfied, Tattvamasi. Both are pointing to one supreme reality, which is beyond Tat and beyond Tam, beyond any words. That supreme reality cannot be explained through any words. Understand? That supreme reality is Pradnanam, pure awareness. That you have to reach through the inner journey. So how can intellect understand the supreme reality? That supreme reality, okay, cannot be understood by anything. No mind, no intellect can understand it. Because it's unmanifest. It is not manifest. Okay. But in the manifest world, there's Jiva, which is me, which is called empirical self. I am the empirical self, Jiva. Okay. Understand? So Jiva has a body, mind, and intellect complex. So whenever you are referring to I, when you say I did this, I did that, I did that, you are actually referring to the self. Okay, which is supreme reality, which is not visible, not available to any thought. That means you are superimposing all your body actions, mental actions on that reality. Even though, like for example, I ate food, which is body. Body's action are superimposed on the I, which is self. I am unhappy. The mental actions are superimposed on the self. But the self, which is supreme reality, is not available for any So it is Nirvikara, Nirakara, Ananda Purna. It's blissful, Sat Chit Ananda. So it's not available for any of your thought process. But because of your thought process, you are superimposing on that. Right? Okay. So this wrong understanding has to be removed. Now, what is the means of removing wrong understanding? The intellect, which is closest to the supreme reality, it reflects the consciousness. Intellect is closest to the supreme reality. It reflects the consciousness. Okay. So now that supreme reality, when you say refer I as the self, you are referring to that supreme reality, even though it's not available to you, and you confuse it with the body-mind complex. So that supreme reality becomes a thinker, doer, and actor based on the body, mind, thinker, feeler, doer, based on the body, mind concept. When the body, mind is superimposed, it becomes thinker, doer, actor. When just mind is superimposed, it becomes a sakshi. Because it's witnessing the mind. Okay. So from the supreme reality perspective, there's nothing else, nothing is to realize. But from the empirical self point of view, which is jiva point of view, the supreme reality has to be realized without any superimposition, ignorance, as myself. The self which I refer to is not a small individual finite being, but that supreme reality. So that realization is required. That is the meaning of Tattvamasi. Okay. For the individual, it's a great discovery. It gives infinite joy. Because from finite, I am discovering myself to be infinite. But for supreme reality perspective, there's no discovery, nothing. There's no sakshi, there's no body, no mind, nothing. Nothing to discover because there's nothing else other than supreme reality. But from the individual point of view, there's a self-realization. I realize myself as not finite, but infinite Brahman. This is called self-realization.